Hello there everybody and warm welcome to my channel Tarot by Izabela. I hope you're all doing great and I'm very happy to see you here. Today's video will be a highlight video for the country of Russia. And I'm going to use my crystal ball, tarot cards, oracle cards and some dice to look into Russia. And as many of you know, there are a lot of censorship everywhere, and since I'm looking into a country that is very sensitive in that area, I will probably use a lot of code words or change a little bit names and so on, so this video can still be up and going. And I'm gonna look into if there are any events coming up, especially in the ongoing conflict, and see what the cards and the crystal ball have to say around the country are. But I also want to mention that there are so many countries out there to do highlights on, and it's impossible for me to do all of the countries that people ask for. I will try to concentrate those countries that are very up to date at the moment, where a lot of things happens, and especially now when we are like in a Third World War situation. And I'm gonna more look into those two big areas, East and West. Since whatever happens in the West will affect every other country around the globe, and also what happens in the East, that will also affect. So those main areas is where I will be concentrating my highlights on. If I have time and possibility, I would maybe make some other countries around that too. I will make a video for Australia and New Zealand. If it's not this week, it will come out next week. So for those people that are waiting for Australia and New Zealand, it will probably come next week. So let's start then. I have in a previous video explained a little bit how reading with crystal ball and cards works, so this I will not have to explain today. And let's get started. I just need to concentrate a little bit on my crystal ball for a few moments, and then we begin. Okay? Russia. Yep, glasses on, and let's see if we can find something interesting for the country of Russia. Symbolically, the country will expand, and more countries, the border of the country will join it for not to be like a big country but they're gonna be on country R's side. I see things moving there very much. In every town, in every place, there are movement, mobilization. Some new airplane that is used in battle will be taken out. Yeah. And this is some kind of technology that the West is not aware of. Some new kind of technology with this fighter plane. And it's extremely fast. It's like boom, that's what it has to do, and out. So it will be quite difficult to detect it. It's a matter of days, weeks before the country U waves with a white flag. And when the country U falls, so will a lot of things fall in the West, in the political area. Big changes are coming. Many countries around the world that are not Western countries are like allies with the country R. Mr. P, I see him in a military uniform. So I don't see him go into battle, but he will show himself in this uniform. And I see information, a lot of information that is not lies, but it's on black and white, true documentation, being handed out on many different places. It's like coordination for those documents to pop up at the same time. I see a big river in the country R, and the opposition to country R will try to, in the water, under the water, try to enter to territory of the country R, and maybe place some explosive or do something through a big river. If they succeed, this will not be so good in sense of retaliation from the country R. And for Finland, it's like they are doing like this. Oh, we don't care about Finland. They can join as much as they want. Our focus is not there. There is a big possibility, and this is for Finland. If a lot of military equipment are placed there. There could be some kind of EMP attack on those. Yeah. Just not to get people killed. Yeah. It could be by next year, around summertime, autumn time. All sanctions against country are gone. There are no sanctions. And goods and all kinds of import, export can go smoothly again between countries. It looks like some politicians from Germany are already like booking a meeting with Mr. P for some kind of negotiations. I cannot say what. Yes, the country is mobilizing. Still, I see some kind of attack again on the Red Square in the Kremlin. That is a very big provocation. I don't see the country or use any nuclear weapons or launch any nuclear weapon. Even if the bear is very provoked and all the fleas and ticks have gathered on him, the big bear will like brush it off or take a very cleansing bath to get rid of all those fleas. Yeah. And the country will give some assistance to Turkey. And Turkey will strengthen its borders through this. And country A will have some kind of bases in the Balkan countries, Serbia and some other Bulgaria. They will stand on that side, and yeah, it's like they will feel safer. And Russia has many healers, people that work in esoteric fields, shamans. And it looks like those people will also be mobilized to use all kinds of power from this dimension and other dimensions to strengthen them for the conflicts that are coming. And export of grain and food produced in the country are will rise a lot. Even since there is conflict right now around grains and chips and things, imports, still poor countries or countries in need will get grain, but in different ways. Yeah. Well, I cannot find anything more here. Let's continue to the cards. I'm gonna shuffle them a little bit, and let's see if there are something more that will pop up in the cards. And above each tarot card, I'm gonna put an oracle card. Just a minute. And the last one. And I also need some dice. Mm-hmm. And the cards look like this. We have on the dice a snowflake, a letter, that is, someone is writing a letter, our world, a fist, and some crazy guy laughing. And on the tarot cards we have Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, the High Priestess, Seven of Swords, Knight of Coins. And in the oracle cards we have I don't know what it's called in English. A knife when you cut the wheat. You reap what you sow. Then we have obsessions, scarcity consciousness, attachment. Open your heart to love, money, and stay optimistic. Let's begin with the dice. Right now, people think that, oh, he's not acting anything, Mr. P. He's like cold as ice. He get provoked and provoked and provoked. He doesn't really respond in the way that the West wants him to respond. But he's like ice, a snowflake. He's very chill and observes. And people are obsessed around everything with the country are. We have obsession here. Um, it's like he knows he has backup power, and all the documents I was talking about, this here, they are like preparing the documents. We have the High Priestess, open your heart to love. As again, it comes back here with the shamans, with people who work in those esoteric fields that are also doing their part for country R. And they're like taking the fist and they're trying to provoke. The sanctions didn't help. It's flourishing country even more than before the sanctions. And it looks like the people in country R, they stay optimistic. And they will not give up. Not at all. The response to the provocations, Nord Stream, pipeline, this, the bridge, and so on, sending cluster bombs to the country U, and a lot of provocations. It will not result in a big contra-attack like nuclear. It will go through documentations, proof, other things. It doesn't look like the country want to engage in big conflicts in other countries in the West. But one have to think that if enough fleas or parasites or whatever are around the bear, he will take some actions to get rid of them. And as the first card, you reap what you sow. Yeah. Okay, let's take some more cards on country R. Just a moment. So, is there any more information? I need one more card here. Yeah. The first impression of visions I get from this, we have 5 of coins, the death card, 10 of swords, 9 of coins, 9 of cups. We have Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, and 4 of Wands. More and more will be pointed out from the country R that women are women, men are men. Men cannot be women, and women cannot be men. Even if they want to identify as the opposite. And it will be very, a lot of talk about this. For example, in the Netherlands, a man won female beauty contest, for example, and things like that. Yeah. It's up to everyone to make their own opinion about this. Genetically, if you're X Y, then you are a male. If you're XX, you are a female. So this cannot be changed. Then there are some conditions that you could be both, but there is very, very rare. Yeah. And this will be pointed out more and more. This thing that the West is very into at the moment, that you can be whatever gender you want to be. It will be pointed out in the country R as something not healthy. And for example, if there will be like a beauty contest or sports, then you have to be XX chromosomes, yeah, in your genes to be in the female category, and you have to be XY if you want to compete in the male. You cannot just because you want to. No, if you are born that way, you are female, or you compete with the females. And this will be a little bit like on TVs, and people will be talking a lot about that. But more to say about this. So Russia will be quite strict in that sense, and more cherish more the nuclear family, father, mother, children. I don't see them ban homosexuality because people are born that way many times, so it's not like many choose to be it or not be it, but there will be some kind of restrictions in that area. Yeah, they will go back to a little bit old traditions here. Let's take some last cards on the country R. If there are any last words to be said. Some last words for the country R. We have King of Coins, King of Swords, the Star, Nine of Swords, and Ace of Coins. A lot of UFO activity over Russia. And people will be, is it for true, is it not true? It looks like this will be real UFOs. And it seems like some of extraterrestrial technology is also at the play in country R. They have had a lot of contact with extraterrestrial and hidden technology and things like that will more and more come out. And here we have Ace of Coins. I get the big feeling, or they will hit gold somewhere in the country R. Could be a gold mine with a lot of gold deposit, or something else that is very, very valuable, worth a lot. and they will be like, oh my God, no, what luck did they have to find this? I don't see people being forced, like kidnapped on the streets to join the military. There are some requirements, well, you have to, but a lot of people will join voluntary. I need to take some more cards. 3 last ones. Yeah, and here again we have Queen of Cups, King of Cups, and Two of Wands. So it will be talked more about this nuclear family, father, mother, and more help for couples to get along will be announced in the country, or if there are couple therapies or something like that to keep couples together, or help for them in some way. Well, that was my highlight reading for the country of Russia. And a lot of things are happening behind the curtains that we are not aware of. And it looks like we are soon there where different opinions or different documentation or different kind of information will come up to the open, and not just one direction of what is going on in this conflict and overall in many countries. So this will be quite shocking for many, eye-opening, and then one have to take one's own stand, what to believe and what to not believe, since everything is upside down at the moment and one really don't know what is true and what is not. But soon enough we're gonna find out. Well, to all of you wonderful viewers, I want to thank you so much for watching. Take care out there, be strong, do your research, and try to find out what is true and what is not for you. And try to take everything that is said in the news, even in the waking communities, with a grain of salt, because we don't really know who is a good guy and who is bad guy at the moment. Well, once again, take care. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we're gonna see each other soon again. Bye bye.